Okay, question number 4 is asking you absolutely the same. You have to write the electron configuration for each ion, and you have 3 different examples. So let's start with the sodium ion. Sodium ion has a positive charge +1. It's called a cation. So look up in a periodic table what is the atomic number of sodium. The neutral sodium has 11 electrons because the atomic number is 11. Therefore, it has 11 electrons. So, since it has a +1 charge, it lost 1 electron. So, total for this ion is going to be 10 electrons. Start filling up your subshells. So, 10 is the same as we had in a previous one. It happens when different metals lose their electrons. They might have a similar or identical electron configurations. So you can see that this will be absolutely identical. 2 electrons plus 2 electrons plus 6 is 10. Okay, beryllium plus 2. Beryllium, neutral beryllium has 4 electrons, right? And this beryllium lost 2 electrons. Therefore, it has 4 minus 2 is 2 electrons. So this particular ion has 2 electrons. It's very easy to fill up your subshells because you have only 2. First energy level as subshell can have up to 2 electrons, only 2. So the electron configuration for this example is going to be 1s2. Same as we did for lithium ion, right? 1s2, same one. Okay, this is more interesting because it's chlorine, it's non-metal. It gained 1 electron because it's a negative charge. Electrons have a negative charge. So when you see negative, it means it gained 1 electron. So, chlorine has has 17 electrons, right? In its neutral state. And since it gained 1 electron, you have to add 1 electron to your 17 electrons. Now it has 18. This is more interesting because it's gonna be more filling up. So let's start with first one. 1s2, 2 electrons, you have it. Okay, we have 16 more to go. 2s2, you filled up your second energy. 2s2. 4 gone, you have 14 more to go. 2p6, 10, 8 more to go. The next one is 3s2, you have 6 more to go, and then 3p6. So this one, here's the electron configuration for chlorine with the negative charge 1. So next one is your oxygen ion that has a negative charge of 2. This is an anion that gained 2 electrons. Oxygen has total of 8 electrons that we can get from periodic table. This is the atomic number. And then plus 2, total is 10. Remember we did the same thing for sodium and for magnesium ions. Remember? It's gonna have absolutely the same electronic configuration. So here you go. It was easy. If you know what is the total 10, you can easily write it down. If you do a lot of these, it's gonna be so much easier. You just need to add up all of your electrons. 2 plus 2 plus 6 is equal to 10. Okay. The next question is asking about Lewis structures. Lewis diagram, same thing. We're not going to cover it right now. We're going to cover it next time in the next chapter because I think it would be smarter if we'll skip it right now and then cover more next time so you can concentrate on Lewis structures. Question number 11. What charge do atoms in the first column of the periodic table have when they become ions? And this is absolutely the same question that we did before. Same type of a table that I provided to you. Anyone in column 1? any element will get a charge +1. Any ion in column 2 will get a charge +2. What characteristic charge do atoms in the third to last column of the periodic table have when they become ions? Be careful. Third to last column. This is our last. Second to last. Third to last is -2, right? What correct? And then they're asking about next to last column. This is our next to last column, and they get the charge -1. Okay, so this is a very helpful table. If you can memorize the charges that go for each column, that would be awesome. Saves you a lot of time. Okay, now we'll be creating something that is called chemical formula. I like this method. It's called crisscross method. And the first question is on page 171. It's asking you to write the chemical formula for the ionic compound formed by each pair of ions. So, ionic compound is something that is made of a positively charged ion and negatively charged ion. You need to have something that is positive and negative, so it becomes a neutral compound. It's very easy. Guys, look. For example, you have lithium with a charge +1 and oxygen with a charge 2-. You just put them together and then their charges go on the bottom of the opposite element. So 2 goes on the bottom of lithium, 1 goes on the bottom of oxygen. Anything with 1 we do not write. We also skip the charges. We just write the numbers. Remember, they go on the bottom. So for example, this example, sodium with a charge +1 and bromide with a charge -1. You just move the numbers to each ion, and as you can see, it's 1 and 1. We skip the 1, we skip the charges, and you get sodium bromide. Okay, next one is a little bit more interesting because over here you have magnesium that has +2, and over here it has -1. So +2 goes to bromide. You just skip you drop the charge, and -1 goes to magnesium. It has only 1 magnesium, but it has 2 bromide. Next one is about magnesium +2 and sulfur -2. So both of them have +2 minus. One has +2 and the other one has -2. Both of them has number 2. So another thing, when 2 of the ions have the same numbers, we do not write them. They will cancel out. So you're just simplifying your formula. So when you see 2 identical numbers, you do not write it. You just write magnesium sulfide, MgS. Okay. Write the chemical formula for the ionic compound formed by each pair of ions. Potassium and chlorine, same, 1 and 1. We do not write it. We just combine them together and you write potassium, then chlorine. By the way, metal always, positive charge always has to go in front. Negative will always go in the second place. So over here we have magnesium that needs 2 chlorides. And here you go, you have magnesium chloride. Next one is magnesium and selenium. So magnesium has +2, selenium has -2. Remember, 2 identical numbers. Whoop, where'd you go? 2 identical numbers, magnesium and selenium. This is how it will go. Okay? So they will just cancel out these 2 numbers and we do not write them. So next one is sodium with a charge +1 and nitrogen with a charge -3. Crisscross, sodium gets 3 and nitrogen gets 1. We do not write 1 or charge. Okay, next one is magnesium and nitrogen. Same thing. Criss cross. So magnesium gets 3 from nitrogen and nitrogen gets 2 from magnesium. Therefore, here's the formula. Aluminum and sulfur. Aluminum gets 2 from sulfur, no charge. Sulfur gets 3 from aluminum, again, no charge. Question number 4, same type of question. Lithium and nitrogen. Lithium will get 3 from nitrogen. Here's our nitrogen. And nitrogen will get 1 from our lithium. We just do not write 1. Magnesium and phosphorus. Again, criss-cross, and magnesium gets 3 from phosphorus, and phosphorus gets 2 from magnesium. Lithium and phosphorus. Lithium has 1, therefore there's 1 for phosphorus, and phosphorus has charge 3, -3, therefore lithium gets 3 from phosphorus. Okay, next question is iron that has a charge +3, and there's also iron that has a charge +2. It can happen. Iron can have a +3 and +2. It's called transition metals. So exactly the same type of example. +3, the charge 3 will go for bromide, and over here 2, here's a mistake. Something went wrong, and let's find it. This has to be 2, my mistake. So here you go. This 2 will go for bromide, and iron will be with just 1, okay? Because the charge for bromide is -1. Next question. You'll have to write the chemical formula for the ionic compounds formed by each pair of ions. And this is something a little bit more complicated because you'll be combining a single metal, cation, with a polyatomic anions. Polyatomic anions have more than one element, and there are sometimes, like for example over here, it's 3 oxygens and 1 nitrogen, and all this molecule has a negative charge. Okay, so this is the polyatomic ion that has negative charge 1. Not oxygen, but this whole thing has a negative charge 1. So you have to write it in parentheses, okay, in order to write the correct chemical formula. So as you can see, you treat it as one element, okay? You do not separate them. You do not write separate 3's for each. You put this whole thing in parentheses and you combine them together. So this particular anion is called nitrite. No, this is nitrate. Sorry, my mistake. Nitrate. So nitrate has a negative charge 1 and chromium has a positive 3 charge. So when they combine together, we write the same thing. We do the criss-cross, but now nitrate will go into parentheses where you'll write 3 on the side of the parentheses. Okay? Nothing goes for chromium because nitrate had a -1 charge. Next question, iron and phosphate. So phosphate is a polyatomic ion. It has a charge -3. Therefore, the 3 will go to iron, and iron has a charge +2. Therefore, the phosphate will have a parentheses, and then you'll write 2 right next to it.